Hello everybody. Got a gripe session here, but it ended up getting resolved because ultimately my squeaky wheel ended up going all the way up to the store manager. So just the floor manager or whatever, because it didn't resolve itself. As you can see, I'm over at the Thrifty here in Melbourne, just off Lake Washington Road. I had come here a few days ago because my wife had asked for some tomatoes. And I had never shopped at the store before, so I grabbed what I thought was a pack of fresh tomatoes, because they were all like nice and looking like this. All the tomatoes were like this, all wrapped up in plastic, so you couldn't really inspect them, and they looked fine. And I didn't know that they were like reduced or whatever. I just saw a pack of 6 or 8 tomatoes. She needed 6 tomatoes, and I grabbed them and rang them out and took them home. A few days later, my wife and her daughter were like sick. They had stomach aches and they were hurting. I don't know if it was from this food or whatnot, but then she told me that the tomatoes I got were all bad. So I went to look at it and I'm like, what the heck? Every single tomato was rotted like this. Can you believe this? It had rot marks like that. It was spoiling and rotting. Every single one. And then I was like, hey, this is wrong. Why are they selling rotted tomatoes? Every single tomato is rotted. That's disgusting. So then I brought the, I didn't have my receipt, but I drove all the way over here to the Thrifty here in Melbourne to tell them the situation, say, hey, you know, your tomatoes were all bad. Then they asked me for a receipt, and I didn't have the receipt, so they said they couldn't give me a refund. And I'm like, why would you sell tomatoes that are all rotted? I need to speak to the manager. And they got this guy who they said was a manager, and he came up and he said, well, this is actually reduced, which I didn't even know. It says reduced final sale by weight. Okay? And I didn't know that because I never shopped at this particular Thrifty over here before. I just saw that they were nicely packaged and I wanted 6 tomatoes. So they said they wouldn't give me a refund. So then I was like, well, you know what? I can't really do anything about that if they don't want to refund me on this. It's not even just the $2.30, guys. It's you're selling food like this for human consumption, and this is what it looks like. I think people throw away stuff that looks better than this. Okay, but this is what they package. But they don't package it like this. They flip it upside down so you see it like this. So then what happened was I was standing in front of the store filming it to show people, to show you guys here on YouTube what's going on here at Thrifty, at least at the one in Melbourne. Okay, and how you really have to inspect the food, or don't buy stuff that's obviously bagged up, because they have a way of just hiding this stuff and then you don't know. So then another manager came out, and you know, he said I couldn't film out front, but he would give me my refund. And I was like, well, you know, at this point it's not even an issue of refund. It's like I couldn't even believe the treatment and the fact that they would sell food like this. He said, well, he looked on here and he said, well, this was bagged or sealed up on the 22nd, and you know, that was what, about 5 days ago, and I think I bought it like 3 days ago or so. Anyhow, I didn't have the receipt or anything, but he was saying, like, look, they put on their receipt that all returns must be made within 48 hours of sale with the receipt. I'm like, I don't know that. I didn't have the receipt. I didn't keep the receipt. Okay, I just bought tomatoes because my wife wanted tomatoes, and I didn't think there was a problem until she and her daughter got sick. And then when I saw these tomatoes, of course, I got really angry. So anyhow, he went ahead and gave me the refund of the $2.30 and explained to me that they have a markdown section, which I didn't know that's what it was, you know, because everything looked like it was all bagged up and looked nice. And he said their regular tomatoes, they have loose. They don't have it in, apparently, their tomatoes here at Thrifty, they don't have the good tomatoes bagged up. They have it sitting where you can inspect it. But if it's like bundled up into a tray like this, then you can assume that the food there may be all rotted like this underneath. But he did give me the refund, and I told him I would go ahead and do an accurate reporting of the situation, what it really developed. So I guess my advice for you is, you know, if you're going to shop at Thrifty, don't buy the stuff that's bagged up where you can't actually inspect every single piece of fruit or vegetable fruit that you're buying from them. As for me, I will not be shopping at this particular Thrifty. There's another Thrifty in Palm Bay, but even now I will question that Thrifty when they have stuff bagged up, because this to me was like really bad. They had it all nice looking, and I thought it was all fresh, you know, so you can see how it looked nice like this, and you couldn't tell that it was bad because they had it all hidden, so everything looked really nice. So that's what the situation is, and I thought you guys should know about it.